Tonight from the Hunter Sportsplex, we're on Lexington Avenue in Manhattan. On Facebook Live is the 2021 CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match, featuring the top two seeds, the #1 Brooklyn College Bulldogs against the 2-seeded Hunter College Hawks. And with that, welcome to our coverage tonight. Alongside former City Tech coach Patrick Dietz, I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Hunter College is in the midst of another dynasty. They are 6-time defending champs. They are only the 2 seed based on a small tiebreaker. When these two teams met about 3 weeks ago, Pat, it was a competitive 4-set victory by Hunter over Brooklyn. The two teams met a couple of years ago as well in the final. Brooklyn seems to think that they have some confidence going into tonight to do it on the road.
And the reason, Ralph, is simple. 2 years ago, when this team was on this court, the same Brooklyn team, they were a young team, led by a freshman right side hitter who's jumping out of the building, and she petered out after a 5-set win against another team. So now they're expecting to be a little more mature, a little more ready for this event right now in a quiet building compared to what it would normally be. But let's see if they've grown up just enough to beat this Hunter team.
Brooklyn College pursues the program's second CUNY title and first since 1982. We'll see if they take that experience from 2 years ago with them. They do have a 3-year starting setter in Esri Shore to help quarterback everything.
And a quarterback is what? A leader, Ralph. And what do you expect your leader to do but to settle down the offense, make the right decisions? But what she did off the court is what mattered. She got these young ladies organized. She got them ready. And she herself is a Brooklyn legacy. Her mom and dad met in Brooklyn. She grew up on Brooklyn's campus and has always wanted to help this team win its second championship. Maybe she could do it by her own hand.
And perhaps the 2-seeded Hawks have the conference's most dominant player, 6'1", middle blocker, a senior in Marion Watara, #1 in the conference in blocking and in hitting percentage.
And Watara is the battery mate for Miss Justine Smith, who herself is a championship legacy here in the CUNY Conference. And I had an opportunity to watch her play up close and personal against St. Joseph's Brooklyn earlier this year, and she is a force, athletic, long, quick. She can dominate the net both offensively and defensively. But can Hunter's passing stay strong enough to help Watara do what she needs to do and dominate out of the middle?
Hunter on their home floor looking to extend their dynasty to 7 straight titles. Brooklyn looking for their first since 1982. We're back with First Serve and the starting lineups next on Facebook Live.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Health First. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Health First, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
We're on Lexington Avenue in Manhattan. Ralph Bednarczyk alongside Patrick Dietz, getting you ready for the top 2 seeds in the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match. As the starters are being introduced, let's show them to you. First up, the #1 seeded Brooklyn College Bulldogs, 15-12 overall through a tough non-conference schedule, 5-1 in CUNY. They were the preseason #4. Esri Shore is their setter, a 3-year starter, 2-time first-team All-CUNY. The right-side hitter, Ashley Fung, first-team All-CUNY as well, with Aliyah Rafat, the CUNY Rookie of the Year, 4 times as the Rookie of the Week. The rest of the lineup, Noah Young is a middle blocker. Sydney Gdansky is a freshman from Saskatchewan, Canada. The libero is freshman Zoe Van Fleet. The middle blocker, Richard Jr. Megan Ortiz Mengadot, comprising the 7 starters for Brooklyn tonight.
And honestly, Ralph, this team is probably the most experienced team Brooklyn's had in a very long time.
Now look at the 2 seed and 6-time defending champion Hunter College Hawks, 13-12, same record, 5-1 in league play. For Hunter, it gets started with the senior center, Justine Smith, 2-time first-team All-Conference. She's out of Long Beach, New York. Miriam Watara, first-team honors as we showed you in our open. The other middle is 5'8" junior Pearl Mensah. On the outside, Alexa Sason, second-team All-CUNY, became their top outside with Beverly Wong. Erin Hyman, a freshman libero from Forest Hills, New York, was second-team All-League and the CUNY Libero of the Year. The right side hitter is a transfer from your old program, Pat, Concordia College up in Bronxville. Maria Paz Lojano, 5'4" sophomore that can jump out of the gym, up from Peekskill, New York, for the Hunter College Hawks.
And that's a team right there that's not happy that they're the 3 seed in a championship game on their own floor, so they have a lot to prove right now.
So when these two teams met on October the 11th, we wonder what kind of influence that match might have. Just about a month ago, Hunter won it in 4 sets, but from a series history, it was the first set since at least 2006, as far back as the records go, that Brooklyn has even taken a set. One of the sets that they lost was 30-28 Hunter College. Brooklyn coach Mateusz Gotowicki senses that we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. We can take a lot from that and potentially challenge the Hawks tonight.
And it really came down to, especially in that 30-28 set, it's just small mistakes, you know, serve, receive here, maybe a lack of discipline on defense. So what Mateusz is really hoping for is that maturity that we talked about in the open, that ability to grow up and see your mistakes and fix them in this situation. Be hitting on all cylinders right now.
All-time, Hunter, as we've said it many times, they are the UCLA of CUNY athletics, but especially women's volleyball. 26 overall championships. Brooklyn, 1982 is the only title they've had as a program. Last year, or 2019, was their first appearance in the final since 82.
Yeah, and here's something that a lot of people don't realize. I mean, we know about UCLA, we know about Nebraska, and all of these great storied history in these sports. Hunter has been the standard when it comes to women's volleyball within the CUNY system. That means that everyone aspires to be this school, this team, this tradition. Brooklyn, on the other hand, has had their tradition, but no one knows about it because they've never made it this far in a consistent. I mean, you saw the disparity. So this team right now, led by Shore, has one goal in mind: knock Hunter off the perch and elevate the program to something that they can start saying is a new tradition.
The Bulldogs scheduled appropriately, too, with a tough non-conference portion of their schedule. Took some losses, but still 4-set victory over St. Joe's Long Island was something Mateusz Gotowicki thought that they took a lot from. 4-set loss at Ramapo. They battled some pretty good teams in the non-conference to get here and prepare for this possibility. Hunter on their home floor in the yellow and black, gray on black for Brooklyn. Justine Smith to start us off for Hunter. And both teams will run a 5-1 offense. Roll shot coming from Rafat. Smith setting the middle, and that finds the corner from Pearl Mensah.
Mensah did a great job right there. She didn't get a great deep retreat off the net for her transition, but once that set went up, she saw that the block was perfect and put it just deep into that corner, the coffin corner, just like in football, hard to get to.
Fung. And to the right side, the swing coming from Hunter in Lojano. Free ball given up now for Brooklyn. And it has to be returned by Fung. So Brooklyn a bit sloppy. Smith to try to capitalize. Goes outside for the tip that came from Sason. And Brooklyn cannot control the second contact.
And that's a great example right there of how hard Brooklyn's going to need to work point to point. Hunter will find a way to stay in system even if you move him around the court. Brooklyn has got to find a way to stay stable and steady and consistently get the right plays so that they can score some points.
Smith, tough service. Sason has been the #1 outside this year for Hunter, and she delivers 3 double-doubles this year for Alexa Sason, down from South Jersey, Sewell, New Jersey, attending Gloucester Tech. And she was the number 3 outside back in 2019 and had some big shoes to fill.
And you can see how Smith right now is utilizing the middle as more of a decoy than anything else.
A joust at the net, and Pearl Mensah has it. Well, Hunter, they have been considered to be the top blocking team in the conference. That has played itself out. And here's the early timeout from Mateusz Gotowiecki and Brooklyn. It is 4-0 Hunter.
Gotowiecki right now has got to settle his girls down. Their serve receive just isn't showing up right now. And I have a feeling that if they can get their serve receive a little cleaner, that's going to give Shore the opportunity to put that ball in the right spot every time for Rafat. Rafat hasn't taken a good swing yet. Everything's been a roll shot and actually put right at the setter.
Just saw the Brooklyn College huddle. Let's introduce Mateusz Gotowiecki. He is now the 2-time CUNY Coach of the Year out of his 4 seasons. A program record 17 wins back in 2017, his first year. Then he bumped it up to 18 wins in 2018, the following season. And Gotowiecki is a Brooklyn College graduate, class of 2013.
And a former member of the team that really competed well. They didn't get very far, but they always played very hard and very well.
Justine Smith still in the service line for Hunter. 25-year-old setter. And not a great first pass from Zoe Van Vliet, but then it's finally the first kill for Aliyah Rafat, all the way from San Martin, California, and she became the CUNY Rookie of the Year, majoring in journalism. She'll also play basketball for Coach Alex Lang at Brooklyn.
And you saw right there, that ball was in a great zone for her to take a full approach and a good swing, and it worked out in her favor. And there you saw right there, her length at the net is going to neutralize a lot of what Hunter can do on the wings on that right side as attackers.
Alexa Sason with the hitting error. Well, Brooklyn feels they have a terrific group of servers. Esri Shore starts it. Not a great first pass from Beverly Wong, free ball. And can Brooklyn serving show up in that way? Fung, it's an overpass. Outside Rafat. Lojano off hands and down for Maria Paz Lojano.
Lojano just did a great job right there. Yes, Rafat's length is going to be a problem, but she has the ability to swing up and through those top hands and really tool the hands and get some extra points for Hunter when needed.
Shore trying to rescue the second contact, but the pass a little too tight from Ashley Fung.
You can see right here, this is nerves. This is what we were talking about in the open. Have they grown up? Have they been able to break their fears from 2 years ago?
And caught in between was the libero Van Vliet. It's an ace for Alexa Sason. So it's Hunter's serving that's been the difference maker so far. Fung the target. And now on the other side, and not able to snap the wrist, was Rafat. An 8-2 start for Hunter on their home floor. By the way, no fans allowed for this indoor championship in the city. So we're thrilled to have you with us on Facebook Live. Only select VIPs from the schools allowed, not even friends and family, of course. So from an energy standpoint, it'll have to be self-generated from the teams. Back row attack from Sydney Gdansky. Smith outside, and that's into the net. The hitting error from Beverly Wong.
That right there is, again, what Brooklyn's going to need to find a way to constantly get the ball back on Hunter's side and force Hunter into not so good mistakes. Solid pass there.
Sason was perfect, however, a miscommunication as Beverly Wong wasn't expecting the set.
I think that set, Ralph, was actually meant for the middle, who didn't release, and Smith saw the opening, but the middle just didn't release.
Sason again targeted. And miscommunication between Lojano and Sason.
That float serve right now from Rafat is really attacking Sason at the top of her chest, pushing her back, and she's pretty deep in the court, so if she decided to drop it short, this would be the time.
Brooklyn, the #1 team in aces in CUNY, 25th in the NCAA. They have a stable of them. But there is a perfect pass, and Maria Paz Lojano, who was fit in after transferring from Division II Concordia in Bronxville. They played a little bit, 8 matches in the springtime, so she came in with a little bit of momentum compared to everybody else, with, of course, the pandemic canceling much of Division III sports in the fall of 2020.
Great shot right there.
That's Sydney Gdansky.
Sydney Gdansky finding, she's not the same explosive jumper that Ashley Fung is, and she's not as long as Rafat, so she's finding those little beach roll shots, finding the spot over the defense, around the defense. Great shot right there.
For Brooklyn, this is serving specialist Katia Mercado from Edward R. Murrow High School in Brooklyn. Drives it down the line against Brittany Wang. The dump from Justine Smith.
And that right there is Justine Smith knowing exactly what the situation was. She didn't have her #1 option. So instead of forcing a ball to the outside where everyone was going to be loaded on, she goes, oh, okay, I'm going to put it back over my shoulder into the big donut, which is where the beak is right now of the Hunter logo. Dead middle where no one's expecting the ball to land.
Rafat targeted. Shore. Fung still looking for her first kill. Then inside, and there's the first kill on the first swing for Miriam Ouattara.
And Ouattara was, I don't want to say Johnny on the spot because she's always going to be Johnny on the spot, but she did a nice little hop step retreat off the net. Good little transition and immediately went up. And Smith, we're talking about that battery in the open. This is it right now. This is where Hunter can take over and completely run away with it.
She's coming off of a career-high 17 kills at Baruch in the CUNY semifinal. Swing from Wang. Fung. Past Lojano.
Great defense right there from Rafat, playing that middle back position perfectly, angling that ball. But it came off a little shooty, but it went straight to the middle, pops up that ball, and of course, Ashley Fung with her athleticism just cranking away at that ball.
Fung was the Rookie of the Year in 2019, came back this year, 8 double-doubles, not relying as much as just hitting the ball hard. Ouattara. And Gdansky will put it inside the block of Ouattara.
There it is again with Gdansky. You can see that she's, again, I'm not trying to be mean to her. She's not super explosive. She's not flying out of the gym, but she sees the court very well. She saw that little spot underneath the block and really went after that little spot.
An overpass, and Ortiz Mengado couldn't finish it. And Hunter will gladly take the point just as Brooklyn cut it to 3.
And Ouattara was Johnny on the spot, waiting. She saw that Godot was going to go up and hit, penetrated the net, took away that shot. Smart move by her.
This is freshman Erin Dugan from Archbishop Molloy. Freshman year athletically, graduated 2 years ago. She was the starting outside hitter in the non-conference, playing well before an injury. Ortiz Mengado. This is an overpass. Shore. Gdansky tooled the block. Back set Fung. Fung 2 years ago did not have a great CUNY final. She got worn down, but more balanced this year for Brooklyn offensively. Free ball surrendered by Erin Hyman, the libero. Then the combination, there's Gdansky.
Great rally right there by Brooklyn. They always found a way to get the ball over there, but what was working best for them was how they were able to put themselves in system even on a hard-driven ball. Great shot there by Gdansky. She came in on that combination, found that little seam just past the block and put it deep into the corner. And now with a great serve for an ace, keeping the momentum.
That Brooklyn serving, they have 4 players with 37 or more aces on the season, so it's been a collective bunch. And Gdansky, so all the way from Saskatchewan in central Canada, but grew up in central Florida and wanted to experience New York. That's outside of the antenna for Alexa Sason, and Brooklyn has climbed finally to 1 after being forced to spend an early timeout and trailing by as many as 6.
You can see how Brooklyn has finally settled down. They're really now on the offensive with their serve. They're on the offensive with their defense as well.
Sure. Ortiz Mengado. Waiting was Watara on the block. And then an out-of-system ball coming from Rafat is short.
Rafat was trying to be a little too cute with that shot because she saw that the block was on its way down, so she tried to roll it over the top of the middle blocker and just didn't put enough behind it.
Watara targeting the freshman libero, Van Vliet. Double block on Rafat. That'll be Smith along with Pearl Mensah. Hunter is the #1 team in CUNY in blocks, in hitting percentage, third in opponent hitting percentage at a modest number of 127. So you have a couple of dominant numbers on both sides, the serving of Brooklyn, the blocking of Hunter. And
exactly those two things are what's going to come down to deciding this match. Is Hunter's passing and is Hunter's defense and blocking going to nullify the ability for Brooklyn to send the ball where they needed to go for points?
And Brooklyn will pick up another ace. So Zoe Van Vliet from Beaverton, Oregon. She reached out to Brooklyn via a recruiting website. She came to visit Brooklyn before the pandemic, right around the 2019 turn of the century to the 2020, and stuck to the commitment. Back row attack, Dugan, that's into the net, and we are tied for the first time tonight.
So we're watching right now the maturity of Brooklyn come through, their ability to battle back, their ability to find their voice in this match.
Hyman perfect on the pass, and then touchdown. How about Pearl Mensah at 5'8"? Super athletic, and her blocking was the difference maker. Andrew Woolward, her head coach, thought against Baruch in the semifinal.
And you saw right there her ability to elevate quickly, and that ball is almost a 50-50 ball. That ball is practically on the other side of the net, and she just snapped it straight down with a power push.
And it's an ace for Hunter, problem at serve receive for Gdansky. And Justine Smith has been effective. She's got both aces for the Hawks. Rafat able to get a decent swing. There is the freshman Hyman. Sayson with the swing. And it'll be a double contact called against Brooklyn.
And that double contact call, I will not agree with because it is an athletic move. She's going up. It could be considered an attacking move, but it is the correct call. I would argue that if I were a coach.
There's Andrew Woolward, has been a part of the program since 2015. Was an assistant under coach Alyssa Broccoli, who did such a great job before moving on to take the Drew men and women's jobs. And there's a block inside from Esri Shore.
And Esri Shore, the timing, Esri Shore is not a very tall person, if you can't tell, but she elevated just at the right time, timing her hands across the net and penetrating very well to take away that shot.
Shore, nice service, overpass, joust, Pearl Mensah. It's been a problem. Known as an excellent blocker, had a 7-block match earlier this year against the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy and played with the Legacy Volleyball Club. She's a native of the Bronx and Aquinas High School.
And Mensah did a great job there of utilizing her hands. She didn't have the best opportunity to get over the net, but what she did was, as she's penetrating, she shifted her hands to take away the ability for the ball to come back on her side. This is where Rafat is probably one of the better players for Brooklyn with her serve.
Lohano. Lead back to 3 for Hunter. The float serve from Hyman. Fung will handle it out of system. Ashley Fung in the 2019 final had 12 kills, hit 119. And we wondered that day, Pat, again, going back to that day of 2019, Brooklyn climbed out of a 2-0 hole against Baruch and trailed 17-13 in the third set, came back and won it, and then had to play an hour later in the CUNY final. Today, that's not the case, as there's a nice save by Fung. This is a standalone championship. The two teams last played Wednesday night, as there is Ouattara with the kill. So there is no potential advantage for the #1 seed.
That has always been a thing, and you and I were talking about it off camera, how when was the last time that's ever happened? Because for the #1 seed, they play earlier in the day, get a chance to rest, and actually watch the second and third seeds play against each other and just go, okay, who's going to be exhausted by the time we get on the court? This is the first time where it's been even keel. Both teams have had a day to rest and be ready to play.
Fung goes with the roll shot, and then eventually finished off by Megan Ortiz-Mengadont, 5'10", redshirt junior middle out of Hillcrest High School in Queens.
I've never seen a backhanded waffle, slappy, I don't know what you want to call that, but it worked. She was at the net, she was prepared, and she did what she had to do. Great serve right there.
Smith runs the middle. Ouattara, her second kill, the lead to 4.
If you want to talk about an underrated Division III hitter, Ouattara is that person. She is 6 foot, 6'1"-ish, but she's explosive, and her arms are so long that you can actually overset her, and she'll still get to the ball and hit it over the block, which is what she did right there.
She had 14 kills and 8 blocks against Brooklyn October 11th, and the two teams met in the regular season. Ouattara tipped over the block. Gdansky, been out of system. Pushed outside, and Sayson catches antenna.
Sayson right there was a little nervous. It was a well-formed block by Brooklyn, but instead of attacking, me as a coach, I personally believe that you make that block part of your attack. You don't shy away from them, and she really got a little scared, and instead of going after the block, she tried to go around him in the smallest area that she could.
Wong tried to play a free ball, and here is Brooklyn making its move. Can the Bulldogs steal this opening set?
And it's key because it has been proven that the team that wins the opening set generally goes on, even if they lose a later set, to win the championship.
And there's a service error from Gdansky. And the separator at times Mateusz Gotowicki felt in the regular season, the inopportune service error that deflated Brooklyn. Fung off hands. Smith, Mensah, blocked. That's a big block. Ortiz-Mengadont.
Ortiz-Mengadont and Rafat combined are just as long and just as athletic as Hunter's big two. So that was a great set block. They were waiting for it. They knew she was going to get the ball. They know that Hunter's offense runs through their middles.
Perfect pass comes. Mensah with the swing. Rafat. Oh, that is Hyman. Beautiful dig for the league's #1 in that category. And then a gift of a kill. Miscommunication for Hunter. So now we're even at 22.
If Hunter loses this set, that will be the key, because that's something that you don't expect from a team of Hunter's caliber.
Hyman played for the Creole Volleyball Club under Coach Merlin Thompson, who sent so many to CUNY. That shot is wide, and Brooklyn has its first lead of the set, 23-22. Timeout, Hunter.
That was evident from that first play where there was the miscommunication. Now you couple it with a poor error where all you have to do is put the ball in play. But that is lack of focus, and that's probably also lack of understanding, because you have younger players on the court for Hunter currently.
Brooklyn hitting 250 quietly for this opening set. They've held Hunter to an 0-91. A couple of aces from both sides. And now the Hawks trying to regroup for Andrew Woolward there, who is a Brooklyn College alumnus, by the way, who had a tremendous career. He's in his first year of the program. He was elected to the Brooklyn College Athletics Hall of Fame 2 years ago. He won a 1997 CUNY championships playing on the men's side. His junior and senior year was super, playing on the outside then and winning a title, and then ended up coaching a couple of years as an assistant coach for Brooklyn College women, and then as an assistant and then a men's coach for the Brooklyn College men for 6 years. And then he has been, after some time away from coaching college volleyball, he's been with Hunter since 2015. Sayson, key conversion.
And that was a very, very important conversion for them. You must be the team that wins the point coming out of the timeout. Great serve, pushes the setter off the net with the pass, forcing the team to pretty much be vanilla. You know where it has to go. And they still get the point out of it.
Gdansky, back row attack. Sayson, no touch. And Brooklyn has set point in the first.
And you can see right there in that play how youth isn't helping Hunter, but experience on Brooklyn's side is helping with a second timeout. We talked about, you mentioned that Brooklyn is hitting 250 quietly, but Brooklyn is also the only team, I believe right now in CUNY, that actually utilizes a back row attack in system and out of system, which helps them diversify. Even though you know the three hitters that are going to get the ball, it helps diversify their attack and allows them the opportunity to really find holes on the court that other teams just don't try to utilize.
So Mateusz Gotowicki there with the hat and the glasses, trying to rally his team. He's been asking for tough serving. They've gotten it today. He drilled into his girls, we need to play our game, which is quick pace attack, tough serving, great communication led by his setter, Esri Shore.
And Esri has done a masterful job so far, picking and choosing her sets very well to open up this match.
Shore is on the service line. Smith, Mensah, that's it! A miscommunication, and Brooklyn steals the opening set after falling behind early, 4-0, and then 8-2. They rally back and win it, 25-23. For just the second time since 2006, Brooklyn has taken a set from Hunter.
And it's in a championship game on Hunter's floor. So does this affect them mentally?
We are just getting started. My, has this one gotten interesting. The error from the Hawks, and Brooklyn leads the championship match 1-0. 2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Health First. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Health First, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA. Brooklyn College fired up as they came off the floor, taking the opening set from Hunter. 25-23. Ralph Bjornchik with Patrick Dietz. Brooklyn ends up hitting 242. They hold Hunter, who's #1 in the conference in hitting percentage, down at 0.56. How did Brooklyn do it?
Well, in that first shot where we pulled in right there, as we look at Zach Ivkovich, the commissioner of CUNY, #6 in the middle of that circle, Esri Shore. She, by her hand, wanted to end that match. She served that point. She served deep line at who they believe, walking out of the picture, the number 6, the setter for Brooklyn College, their weaker passer target. She went after her, which took Hunter out of system, and now, because of that, it caused miscommunication. You saw that Hyman was going to go behind Smith on a back one, but because she was pulled off the net, she went front one instead. Because Smith was thinking, oh, I'm off the net. My hitter's not going to go where I want her to go. She's got to go someplace else, and I'm going to expect her to go there. And that's not what happened. So when you can cause that kind of miscommunication, you're doing a great job as a server. That's exactly what Shore did. We talked about in the Open, she wants to bring this championship to Brooklyn in honor of her parents and for herself and in honor of the school that she grew up at. So by her hands, she won that championship.
Yeah, Esri Shore out of Midwood High School in Brooklyn. That is across the street from Brooklyn College. So Mateusz Gotowicki saw her as a junior. It was a no-brainer to recruit her. And, of course, being a second-generation Brooklyn Bulldog, back then when her parents met in class, apparently is the story, that they were the Brooklyn Bridgers
back
at the time.
then. That's right.
So we should note that for people out there. She is a Bulldog. Her parents were not.
But she's transcended the name Bridger to Bulldog. So I think she actually came in as the name was being changed. So you never know. Maybe she was a Bridger for a blip.
That's true. I'll have to look back on it. Esri Shore will start things off for Brooklyn. And how does Hunter respond? Smith tried the lefty dump. There was Gdansky with the save. Mensah with the swing. Fung, and Fung has yet to really get going. She has 2 kills on 8 attempts, and Hunter starts the scoring.
But her 2 kills she hasn't had the same kind of errors that she had in that last championship. Right now, what she's doing is she knows that she has to put the ball in play, and she's done that consistently and allowed Brooklyn the opportunity. Right now, Hunter it becomes the hunter, quite literally.
On their home floor, which normally does not happen as Fung swings. Mensah, and that'll be off of Fung, and the kill. So the middles right now producing for Hunter, I think to Coach Andrew Woolward's liking. That's now 7 kills between Watara and Mensah. That has gone according to plan.
Yes and no. That means that their wings aren't doing much. So if your middles are carrying you right now, and I hate to say this, but volleyball has become a wing game. When I was growing up, you had to run everything through the middle. You had to be able to run quick. Now your wings have got to be your #1 point producers. And if your wings aren't producing, then you're in trouble.
Fung just delivered. That's her 3rd.
Again, deep serve, forcing Hunter out of system.
Lojano, Rafat perfect. Fung tips over the double, and Hyman is there. And the free ball lands short.
A lot of hustle. That's some great hustle right there.
Here's Alexa Sason in the nursing program at Hunter. Targeting Gdansky. Fung steps into it, and the double block is there. That's Brittany Wang out of Cardozo High School, one of the New York City powers in high school girls volleyball.
And that's a little sisterly love right there. Wang and Fung actually are doubles partners for grass during the summer. So you know right now Wang has a leg up for next summer.
And now an ace to follow it up for Alexa Sason of Hunter. Well, both teams talking to the coaches from the start of the pandemic, from March of 2020 to August 1st when they got together, there was a lot of organized grass, beach volleyball, eventually indoor volleyball once New York City allowed it, or in the outer boroughs, as Fung comes up with another kill. So they tried to play 2-on-2 against each other very often. Both coaches were around, but they couldn't watch everybody, of course. They weren't allowed to have the contact, but that's the way life looked like for these players, to try to have some sort of a semblance of it and some team camaraderie, and as well as work on their skills. Lojano, and another kill for Maria Paz Lojano.
Lojano being a D2 transfer means that she's seen a different speed of the game. Not a different level per se, but a different speed. Division II, the ball travels a little faster. you have a few higher jumpers. So right now, she's at a different amplitude when it comes to the speed of the ball.
That's going to be the double contact against Esri Shore. I think she was trying to make sure she wouldn't brush up against the net.
And again, this is one of those calls that I always have a problem with because net contact is really subjective. That was her hair. Normally, if the hair touches, you let it go. Great pass. Nice set.
Fong, into a double block for Watara.
And Watara didn't have to go far. You know, that ball is a little inside, so Fong came in knowing full well she had the swing, but Watara just came flying in and taking away that sharp cross court that Fong actually had open for a while.
So we've seen this episode before. It's 8-2 Hunter, timeout Brooklyn.
Look right here on the approach. Look at how, that's a perfect, actually Wang once again gets that ball that was on her right hand. Ball's a little inside, so Wang reads the approach of the hitter and steps in and drops that right hand into the strongest shot that she has. For a lefty, it's of course going away from her body, from the zones that we call zone 2, which is where Ashley Fung is, trying to hit it to maybe zone 1 or zone 2 on the opposite side of the net.
Brooklyn taking the opening set 25-23. The Bulldogs have risen as a program. They have at least reached the semifinals every year since 2016. So that is now 5 straight seasons for a program that was not there in a long time before that with any consistency. This league had been long dominated by Hunter against Baruch on the women's side. It was a shock for a long time for anybody to threaten that hierarchy. Eventually John Jay got there under coach Leszek Stankiewicz. Now Brooklyn has been there, and we're seeing just a little bit more parity now in the conference.
And it's really about recruiting. Oh, that's a great block right there.
Fung puts it down, and that ends the run from Hunter. It's 8-3.
I know that they tell the sports people to never clap, but I have to clap for that play. Great pass by Rafat. Incredible timing by Fung and Shore. Great back one, front one combination. Can't have a missed serve after running such a great play off a great transition. You need to put that ball in play and keep the momentum that you just gained.
Gdansky, perfect. And gets it back. Nice swing from Wang, who will get the kill. Well, Brittany Wang is kind of the wild card for Andrew Woolward. He thinks she may hit the ball the hardest in CUNY with that arm swing and also the intensity she plays with and backs it up with.
She plays with a lot of oomph. I've watched her play this past summer on the grass. She is not one of those young ladies that is demure when it comes to her sport. She is about the energy, she is about the power, and she will bring it with every opportunity.
It's another ace for Hunter. So they're up to 4 here, early second set. And now they have their largest lead of either set.
That was a rare ace off Rafat. That ball was driving her back.
So miscommunication, Fung and Van Vliet. And Gdansky with a badly needed kill for Brooklyn College.
Once again, Gdansky is showing her volleyball savvy and IQ. She knows that Hunter runs what we call a rotational defense, where that middle back person chases to the line of the hitter getting set, which means that the setter comes up, which means the middle back is probably what's really open. And that's where she hit that shot.
Ortiz Mangadot hit it where Hunter wasn't on the overpass.
And Gdansky again showing her intelligence. Tough serve, but kept it in, forced a bad pass by Hunter.
Gdansky only started playing volleyball in the 8th grade, so a bit of a late bloomer to this sport. And there's a rare roll shots from Brittany Wang rather than the power, huh?
Exactly. And what's so funny is that Rafat read it and was in the chase position to get that ball, and then she kind of pulled up and just dropped an arm. I don't think she thought she was going to get there, but she did with ease.
And Rafat off the mark and a receiving error. So for the Bulldogs, serve receive has broken down. Hunter pushing the lead to 8. Beverly Wong, she's out of Brooklyn Tech. It's been in the battle all year for the second outside hitter spot. And then Rafat is blocked. Watara. Well, Brooklyn has one timeout left, and Mateusz Gotowicki is going to spend it here before this second set gets any further away from the Bulldogs.
She didn't have the set that she wanted. Rafat really came into that ball. That ball was way off the net, and she took a great swing high off the block, but no one covered behind her. And I was watching her body language. She was walking off the court angry and upset. It's probably because she didn't think she should have gotten blocked. I'm looking at this young lady, and she's a freshman, and she comes from a great lineage of volleyball. Look at how far off the net is. Yeah, that's a shot ball. That's a ball saying, I want that ball covered. We want to reset, and no one was there to cover. That's a very heady, smart play by a freshman who comes from a great lineage. Her dad is one of the club directors for Vision Volleyball Club out in California. So she's grown up around the sport. She knows what to do when she needs to do it. So not getting that ball covered and an opportunity to go back and attack says a lot. So she's a little upset at that. Let's see if she's more than a freshman and comes back and says, all right, give me the ball. I want every ball until we win this game while she's front row. That'll show, to me, her maturity and how much she really wants the championship.
Aliyah Rafat, 2 kills, hitting triple zeros for the CUNY Rookie of the Year. You mentioned her dad, Tate Rafat, was a college coach at San Jose City Junior College women's volleyball team and a former Division I assistant at Nevada, reaching the NCAAs. Sayson, and that's out. So Brooklyn out of the timeout at 14-6. And can they put together a service run? And here's the freshman libero, Zoe Van Vliet. She's from Valley Catholic, high school class of 2020. So she's been in residence for the last year, waiting to play volleyball. Watara and Gdansky fine up. Back row attack, Beverly Wong. Now Rafat, better rhythm, and left that short. It'll be called a block, but that was really entertaining.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that ball kind of died a little inside, and she did the right thing. She got her feet to it and took a good swing, but she couldn't get her arm high enough because that set wasn't there. However, the coverage needs to be there for her because that was a good swing, and it was, again, one of those balls that you should cover and pop up and get a repeat set out of.
Rafat leads Brooklyn in kills percent for the season. Shade over 3. There is Fung. Fung right behind her in the season numbers, a shade over 3. They have the weapons on the outside for Brooklyn. This has been the way their bread has been buttered.
And right now you have Rafat and Fung front row, which is where that opportunity for sure to really stretch that middle blocker around comes out.
Sayson, and just mistimed her jump as they ran a combination.
And that's exactly what's going to happen right now, because you know Shore's going to attack the weaker passer, which makes the opportunity to run that middle impossible for Hunter. In fact, this is where they made their best run last set.
Sayson, though, is perfect, and they get Shore off the service line. Justine Smith delivers the dump.
Justine Smith, the CUNY champion legacy, because her brother Nick Smith played for Baruch College and won 2 championships for them. And she's won a championship here at Hunter, doing what setters do best. Understand the situation. Ooh, bad situation right there, serving out. Understand the situation and win the point.
I'll have to correct you. Nick Smith won 4 CUNY championships.
4 in a row?
He was a 3-year starting outside at Baruch. Also at a Long Beach High School on the island. Free ball coming Brooklyn's way. Smith, and then that'll eventually be played down. That is 5th-year senior Rain Zhang from Manhattan Center High School. Rain was at Hunter College. She didn't play volleyball. After 2018, she decided to transfer to Brooklyn. Decided, you know what, I want to play. She's been their 3rd middle most of the year. Lojano And Lejano tried to push it, so Brooklyn climbs within 5.
That's what we call a recycle ball. If you're a timeout right there by Andrew Woodward because he sees the momentum going the other way. That's what we call a recycle ball. So Wang didn't get a chance to take an approach to hit the ball, but she's able to hit a good down ball. A down ball is a paced hit in a direction that you want to take away, and she hit it right at the center, which puts Hunter completely out of system, which throws them for a loop, but makes Brooklyn's ability to block and play defense a little better because now they know the ball can only go to the wings. They have no opportunity to use the middles. Great job there. Lejano actually had an opportunity to shot, and then she changed her mind, which is why that ball hit the top of the net.
Second set numbers, Hunter up to 125. Brooklyn a little bit down to 158. In the bigger picture, showed you the graphic about Hunter College's dominance. Prior to Hunter's 3-0 loss to Baruch October 14th, Hunter had won a remarkable 46 straight matches against CUNY competition, dating back to October of 2015. Their last home loss against CUNY competition, Pat, you and I were here for this, for the 2013 CUNY final.
Oh, that's right.
They lost in 5 sets to Raval Baruch. Simply, it is very difficult to beat Hunter, period, but especially here when you look at them over the last decade plus.
You've got to think of this as an enshrinement, really, when it comes to playing volleyball out here. This is not something that happens easy to beat Hunter on their own home. When it was the old white court, when it was the gray court, now with this beautiful laminate-looking floor, it's hard to beat them here because of the mystique of this team and their level of excellence that they've always had.
Alexa Sason with the last kill. She's got 5 to pace Hunter. Tough serving from Sason. Fung could only tip. And the tip from Brittany Wang is short.
Again, that is such a great shot. She put it just over the block, super short. This is where Brooklyn, I apologize, I said Baruch, I'm so used to saying that. This is where Brooklyn needs to now start attacking Hunter with their serves.
They bring in Katia Mercado to do that, and it's going to work out with a free ball. Or maybe not.
Another recycle ball right there.
Lejano delivers the kill. Oh, it landed in, so that'll be a kill for Aliyah Rafat.
That was a great defensive move by Rafat. I don't think she was trying to put the ball over there. I think she was just trying to get it, just get it up. And what happened was when she flicked her wrist, it spun the ball in such a way that it put it back inside the court. Great job by Rafat. Great read.
And then Mercado misses the back line.
I don't think Brooklyn will have a problem going 2 for 1 right now for every serve. If they can get a side out and then a point off the side out, they'll actually catch up in the next 5 points. And this could be where the rubber hits the road for Hunter.
And Gdansky delivers the kill, so she is up to 6 to match Fung. And a good performance from the freshman. High watermark for Sydney Gdansky. Twice this season, she's gone for 9 kills.
And that's the second time Gdansky has found the hole underneath the best block in CUNY.
Watara. And the miss from Ortiz Mengadot. That was an uncontested swing from the middle.
And I'll say it right now, me as a coach, I'd be lauding my team because they took Hunter's best punches right there and was able to put the ball back over that. I think what the result was just a little unlucky.
Smith tried to dump. Shore outside. Gdansky could only tip. Watara. She's able to rise up and swing over the block.
And not having any timeouts right now, Brooklyn's coaching staff is just trying to encourage their girls to keep fighting for point. Don't let up. Don't let up.
Double block is there on Gdansky, and the ball lands in. So Hunter extends the lead to 7 as they inch towards the finish line and tying up this championship match.
Serve receive has been fine. That is what you call a textbook late block.
Wang. Wang tipping again against a double. Shore swinging out of system. And Gdansky got caught in between. 22-14 Hunter.
You can see, though, that there is no let up in Brooklyn's play. They're still up there. Hunter right now is really playing a kind of a cruise control game. They're making the right moves. They're serving tough, but they're not really being challenged a lot.
And now an ace from Maria Paz Lojano, and Hunter putting on the finishing touches of this second set.
Lojano is hitting a hard jump float serve from about, I'd say maybe about 10, 12 feet behind the court. So that ball's got speed and trajectory coming at it.
Fung keeping Brooklyn and their spirits up. So she is up to 7. She's pacing the Bulldogs tonight. Had 17 kills in the regular season loss against Hunter. Watara. There's Rafat down the line. So for Aaliyah, just her 3rd kill, that'll get her out of the negatives. Clearly the way it's setting up for Brooklyn, Patrick, it appears both Fung and Rafat are going to need to have high-quality matches that they're capable of to win.
Exactly. And the best part about it is that you know that they have it in them because they've done it before.
Smith back sets for Lojano. Shore took the second contact. Wang then delivers down the line. So here is set point in the second for Hunter.
That was terminal. That is the only, I haven't seen a ball bounce that hard in a while. And the way, look at her transition, how she shuffles out. She squares up. She knew where she was going long before that ball, and just bounces it, terminates it down the line.
Beverly Wong into serve. Ortiz Mengadont, no touch. Hunter eventually finishes off Brooklyn 25-16 in the second set. So after Brooklyn fell behind again and called the timeout, they were not able to rally. We are now tied at 1 set apiece in the 2021 CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match. We're back with set number 3 and a special guest on Facebook Live.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Health First. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Health First, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
We welcome you back ahead of set number 3, tied up at 1. Ralph Bjornchik welcoming on Jennifer Rabb, who is the 13th president here at Hunter College in her 20th year as the president, and she's watching her hometown Hawks even up at 1 set apiece with Brooklyn College in tonight's CUNY final. Jennifer, welcome. Describe what this means perhaps for Hunter, because this is the first indoor event. It is a large gathering, we can call that,
Yes.
because of all the people here in an indoor function. Describe this step that it is and the preparation that it took to even approve tonight's possibility.
Well, this is the most exciting evening. Athletics is back, and look at this awesome team. We congratulate our Hawks, but let's give it up also for Brooklyn College. CUNY sports are back, and we all know that sports is such an important part of students' academic experience. It builds teamwork, it builds character, it builds integrity. These are some of our strongest students off and on the court. And Ralph, just think how amazing it is. We're bringing sports back to CUNY. Hunter is about 70% open with hybrid and on-site classes, and bringing sports back was a very big commitment of ours. We thank Terry Weinsart, our Vice President A. Aravainen. We had to do it safely, we had to do it smartly, and we did it. And look at our extraordinary women tonight.
Hunter was able to tie it up, one of those extraordinary women. Miriam Ouattara, 5 kills, she's hitting .455. Studying biochemistry, wants to be a pediatrician. The senior middle blocker for Hunter. The Hawks in the yellow and Brooklyn in the gray. And Jennifer, for you and your 20 years, of course, it is not just these 20 years, but you attended Hunter College High School, basically in this same building. This floor is new. How about some of the things that you still dream about for this building to take it to the future and beyond?
Well, Hunter's been doing a lot of great renovation, a beautiful new library. We opened a new dance studio, a new music hall, and we're working to now going to upgrade our locker rooms for athletics, because athletics is so important to our mission. So now that we're back, we can start thinking about refresh and renew in so many ways.
We get the net violation, make that actually 4 contacts against Brooklyn. And now as a president over 20 years, how has seeing what athletic does for a university impacted you in the decisions that you make to help and provide the resources in the give and take that it does for a university?
It's a wonderful point, Ralph. For 20 years, at every graduation, there's always, we honor a scholar athlete, and every year there's an extraordinary story of a swimmer, of a wrestler who's going to medical school, going on to law school. And we're just so excited. We just raised a $100,000 gift from some alums who's to support athletics in honor of a former wrestling coach. So our athletes come back, they give back, and today our students just continue to make us so proud. As I said, they excel on the court, but they're extraordinary students as well. And they live the Hunter motto, which is Mihi Kora Fatori. The care of the future is mine. They give back. They are wonderful young people.
Fong swinging, 2-1 Brooklyn here in this pivotal third set. Ralph Bjorcher joined by Jennifer Rabb, the president here at Hunter College. No fans allowed, just a few select VIPs and people from the schools, facilities people, and us providing the broadcast, as there is Aliyah Rafat on the outside for Brooklyn delivering. And the score up to 3-1. And Jennifer, about 70% open. The next stage, what does the winter look like here for Hunter and CUNY? Because the CUNYs are going to be a little bit different, I think, from the boroughs compared here to Manhattan. What's the next stage that you look for following the fall semester?
Well, it's a very good point, Ralph. Hunter made a commitment, and we've given more on-site classes than anyone at CUNY. We heard the chancellor's call to be open. We actually started even before this semester opening science, opening our health professions and our arts. So next semester, rather than being 70% on-site and hybrid, we will be fully 70% on-site, if not more. And I really want to see spectators back in the stands. So that's another effort we're going to really put our minds to and make sure we can do it safely. But these wonderful athletes deserve a cheering crowd, and that's on our list to get done.
Rafat pumped up. Esri Shore also pumped up her setter. And Brooklyn back in front here. Third set, 4-3. And the February CUNY Community College and four-year schools championships coming up at the end there. So that's still 3 months away. And we hope to have fans in attendance for those. If not, of course, we'll bring those broadcasts or at least a limited number of fans. Gdansky swinging. There was a touch, and then eventually Pearl Mensah will finish it off, and we are tied up at 4 here, early third set action. Jennifer, lastly, when you see sports being played, can you sum up from an administrator for those people out there how much work went into making all of this possible? The teams didn't even get to see each other with their coaches until August 15th or so, and we're finally here, but it's been a long road with all the clearances and the different things, I'm sure, from a paperwork perspective, that you had to get through all those loopholes to make sure of.
I put the paperwork aside, Ralph, and say, look at these young women. To think about how hard it was for them to be away from playing the sports that they passionately love, and our men as well. And look at them tonight. They're back. We have a full, healthy, excited team. We have freshmen. We have one of the Rookie of the Year on these teams. So our athletes persevered. Our athletes came back, and look how beautifully they're doing. So to me, it just makes my heart is so excited to see this sense of normal college life coming back. And I'm so proud of these young women tonight. They're playing exceptionally well, but just their spirit and their perseverance to have been away from their sport, and look how they came back. I think we just, on both sides, with Brooklyn and Hunter, what an amazing thing, and congratulations to these young women.
This is the first indoor championship of any kind. Basketball coming up in February. We hope fans will join us. Jennifer, certainly hope that you will be there.
I will be here, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to just say to our community, please come back and join us. We're going to start having people cheer on these wonderful young athletes, and congratulations to all the young people tonight who are doing their best.
That's Jennifer Rabb. Jennifer, thank you so much. President of Hunter College in your 20th year. Welcome back to watching sports here in your gym.
A most beautiful thing. Thank you, Ralph.
6-5 Brooklyn College here, early third sets. We'll bring in Patrick Dietz, my analyst, just momentarily, as Miriam Watara comes up with the kill. Off the block, 6 apiece. Fung tips over the block, and she's gotten herself going. So Ashley Fung, all of a sudden, Patrick, up to 10 kills. She's the first player into double figures. This has been her best set by far.
It's her energy right now, Ralph. It's incredible, the energy that she's bringing to this game. Just out. That was actually, you know what? I like that serve. I like that miss serve. It was so tight, it made the players kind of cringe. That's a great bit of energy. But what's also happening right now is Brooklyn's regained their confidence and focus. Sitting here watching this team pass better, play better. That's really what they've always wanted to do.
Tough serving from Hunter, and they increase the lead in this third set, 9-7, which has been mainly back and forth. Beverly Wong, senior from Brooklyn. They moved her to the outside after being the number 3 setter 2 years ago. There comes the kill inside from Ortiz Mengadot.
I'm going to question one thing right now with the Hunter plan. They have served Rafat every ball, and she has been money, I'll say 90% of the time. I would start serving someone else. I'd take the ball away from probably the best passer on the court and make someone else pass the ball because she's just been money.
Andrew Woolward talking about this match, wanted to win tonight at the middle. They have a faster offense. They've got the experienced center in Justine Smith. A very good transition team this year. I don't know if we've seen a lot of transition, though, from Hunter tonight. You could chalk some of that up, of course, to Brooklyn serving. Shore pushes it outside for Rafat. And she swung into the double block and now has to hit out of system. Mensah. And Fong calmly delivers a standing roll shot.
If it works, again, she's just hitting a recycle ball. She's trying to take Smith out of the ability to be the person that runs the offense. So because she's been doing that and doing consistently, it's just worked out in Brooklyn's favor. Another bad pass right there by Hunter.
And Rafat again found herself a little bit off the net, but the double block from Hunter was expecting it.
And that's a freshman mistake right there. She tried to take an off-speed swing from about 9-10 feet off the net. So she's going to learn to change that, because that right there is probably going to be her bread and butter in the future.
Shore quickly transitions, and then the shoot shot from Rafat. What a ball there from Erin Hyman to track down. Then Zhang with the ball over for Brooklyn. And eventually that will be 4 contacts against Hunter. So Rain Zhang with the final swing and kill.
And Coach Andrew Woodward is up there complaining, but both the down ref and the up ref saw that on the swipe, the ball maybe made contact with someone, and then that proceeded to be the second contact, then the set, and then the 4th contact being the mistake.
And Hyman with a rare, poor first touch. Fong steps into it, into the double though.
Hunter saw that play before on a perfect pass that they ran the quick one, front one, back one combination. That was the time for Shore to go, okay, I know they're expecting it. Let me go outside. Have that one-on-one opportunity with Rafat. Great pass.
Now Rafat on the right side delivers.
That's twice she's gotten a set on the right side. Twice she's gone down the line. Great selection again by Shore. Putting that ball in such a, I mean, that ball hits itself, but it's sitting there on a plate. Great serve.
Sayson was tied up. Hyman has to deliver the free ball. Chance to tie. Shore went for the dump. Gdansky, and she tools the block. Tied at 12, 3rd set.
Gdansky is probably the most efficient, I don't want to say unathletic, but not super athletic outside hitter I've seen. She's just finding the best shots, tooling off the block, snapping the ball around the block into deep corners. Such a great job right there.
She has 7 kills.
A little hustle play right there.
Then the lefty swing comes from Brittany Wang. Wow.
I mean, we talk about her power, but we've seen more shots from her than anything else this match. She's probably realized, hey, people are just expecting me to just swing away. Let me find a way to not just be one-dimensional.
So Brittany Wang has come in and delivered 4 kills off the bench for Hunter as Andrew Woodward looks for the hot hand. They get an ace from Erin Hyman. Hyman #1 in the league in digs percent. She had a career-high 33 digs in the 4-set victory over Brooklyn in October.
Unforced hitting error right there by Fung. I think this, yep. And he's calling it right now. Coach Matt for Brooklyn just called the timeout. He sees that his team is kind of floundering a little bit with their focus and execution. That's a great pass. I wouldn't have expected Fung to hit that ball out, but as you were saying earlier, this is the stretch where Hunter tends to assert their dominance on a team. They did it last set. They served tough. They put you in bad positions, but Brooklyn's actually had some great serve-receive opportunities. They just haven't been able to convert the points, and that's what needs to happen right now for them.
Some coaching here to the freshman libero, Erin Hyman, someone that at a Forest Hills High School, Andrew Woolward says she has been great to coach. Their leaders have helped out, and she's pushing nearly 5 digs per set. Still only 17 years old is Hyman. She won't turn 18 until the end of this year, and she has found a way to jump into the Hunter lineup immediately.
And she was talking there with assistant coach Valerie Langlois, Langlois. Yes, she is French. Yes, she was a French expat. and a very good friend of mine. And if I can tell you that she couldn't be mentored by a better passer on the face of this planet, she couldn't be. Valerie's probably one of the best passers that no one knows about, and she coaches passing better than a lot of people think. But the question is right now, what version of Brooklyn are we going to get? The version of Brooklyn that came out with all that energy and focus at the beginning of this set, or the one that kind of floundered towards the end of second set?
Rafat got it to the front. Fung, again, only rolling it over the block. Wang swing. Smith in for Ouattara. There's the solo block from Zhang. Gdansky got it over the block. Wang, and it'll be a double contact, and Justine Smith disagrees.
And that's exactly what we were just talking about. Which version of Brooklyn is going to show up? The version of Brooklyn that fights through each point, finding a way to make Hunter have to win the point, or the one that was just going to sit back and let him ace him? And you saw right there, they came out fired up and focused to play that point.
And now Mercado's turn. Wang targeted. Mercado's also the backup setter. Fung tipping. Wang with power. So the opportunity was there for Brooklyn, but they didn't get a lot on the swing from Fung.
And the reason was because Fung, again, though she has the ability to swing hard, she's trying to find a way to take Smith out of the offense so that they can't run their middles. So I think she's going to have to start taking chances and really swing away and challenge the block now.
Ortiz Mengido out of the middle. Smith played the second contact. Fung had to go with the right hand. She'll gladly take it. The lefty at 5'7", out of Long Island City High School.
And you saw right there, that was a desperation push with the right hand, but again, good transition, a little tight, and because she's so explosive, that right hand is ready to attack that ball.
Fung and Rafat finished 1-2 in CUNY in kills percent on the same team.
And look, now you're starting to see that ball was in system, was a great pass. They're actually able to run both of their best hitters out of back row as if they're attacking from front row. That is something that Brooklyn can actually utilize right now if they can get into a good rhythm.
Sayson over the block. So Alexa Sayson, a 6 rotation outside hitter. She came up with a 10-kill, career-high 24 dig performance at Baruch in the CUNY semifinal. And here's the second timeout for Brooklyn, 18-14 Hunter in the third.
And again, you know, we start to sound like broken records when we start repeating all of Hunter's greatness and their tradition. But you can see right there that this is a history of a team that's used to winning championships. This is what this campus is used to. So look at how these young ladies are just kind of feeding off their experiences, knowing who they are, knowing where they are. Even though this place is empty and none of their fans are here, they're still playing like the fans are here. And they're executing the way they need to. Hunter's just a phenomenal program here within the CUNY program.
The 6-time defending champions. They've won that championship, by the way, over the course of now 3 different coaches. But Andrew Woolward has been an assistant since 2015. And for the last 4 under Alyssa Broccoli, there it is. Time now, we're getting close to maybe another banner. Actually, they did not add 2019 yet. So that's missing. They lost in 4 sets to the number 7 team in the country, Trinity College out of Texas. So they're on the men's side. So they still have some work to do for that banner.
Exactly, and they're not gonna let up, if you think about it.
And of course, the winner of tonight's match will head to the NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Championship as Miriam Ouattara connects and the lead 5. And ace now delivered from Beverly Wong.
Is there a little bit of nerve starting to creep in? Is Brooklyn starting to play nervous instead of being confident like they did when they started this set?
Lojano the swing. Watara. Gdansky tipped and tried to tool the double block. Rafat rolled it over, and Aliyah Rafat will get the kill, her 7th. So Brooklyn now next up in the serve rotation, Sydney Gdansky. Was a high school libero. In tryouts, Matej Gotovitsky saw she hit really well, and she became the outside hitter starter basically right at day 1. And there, out of system, Rafat, and that's 2 quick kills for her.
And you saw right there her volleyball savvy. She may be a freshman, but she has volleyball savvy. She was like, oh, I blocked this right in front of me. Everyone's under the net. I'm pushing into that deep corner.
Free ball for Brooklyn to get closer. Shore for Rafat. That counts. Aliyah Rafat, 3 straight. Here's the timeout for Hunter.
And smart timeout by Coach Woodward. He's getting that, okay, all right, we're losing it again. Let's settle down. We've got what we need. Let's just breathe and get back into it. But someone that we haven't really talked about, and we've kind of talked about her because of what Brooklyn's doing, is Smith, the setter for Hunter. She is running this offense. She isn't just kind of putting up a ball. She is literally controlling the offense. She's had out-of-system tempo sets. She's had in-system rhythm dumps. She's really taken Brooklyn out of what they want. She is the unquestioned leader of that team right there, and you can see how she's been able to do what Shore does with Brooklyn and control tempo, control mental. And she's just doing a phenomenal job right now for Hunter, setting and controlling. Like right now, she's on the court talking to her teammates, literally saying, hey guys, we need to just settle down and get back in a rhythm. Let's just do this here. Look at her talking right now to her team in the foreground right here.
22 in yellow, Justine Smith. She's 25 years old. She spent some time away from college for a little while, arrived at Hunter in the spring of 2017. Originally went to school at Northeastern in Boston for a semester, and returned, and her maturity always present. And now early movement from Hunter, and this is a mental error before the serve.
And that was called by our down official, Paul DeCurtis. So the down official's job is to watch the serve-receive team and to make sure that everyone is in their proper alignment on the court and doesn't move and release early before the service contact, and he caught Hunter moving too early. What a dig right there, but oh wow.
Lojano, the solo block. Ortiz Mengadot tracked it, and it's a 1-point third set.
It is one of the hardest balls to block because it's one-on-one. There's so much room for the hitter to go around that block. Mengadot just did a great job and waited to jump after the hitter and to watch where the hitter was going with their arm swing. And now you follow it up with an ace.
Sydney Gdansky on the service line, and a 3-0 run for Brooklyn. And here's the second timeout for Hunter, tied at 20, and what of course is a pivotal third set when you're even up at 1 in a championship.
Ralph, you and I have had this discussion before off camera, and we usually talk about it every year before this championship. Will a team challenge Hunter enough to push them to 5? I'm actually having this mild belief that this Brooklyn team might actually push Hunter to 4, because if they take this third set, it might be the first time in a long time that a team has put Hunter on its heels to where Hunter could theoretically lose in 5.
And again, the number is worth repeating just in recent time, where Hunter, prior to the loss to Baruch October 14th, they had won 46 straight matches against league competition dating back to October of 2015. So that spans 7 seasons. and their last home loss in league in 2013. They also went from 2016 through 2018, 3 years without dropping a set against league competition.
And that's unheard of anywhere. So that should tell you the level of excellence that Hunter's existed in.
Rafat, and it was into a double block, so Hunter in front.
And it was a well-formed double block. It was actually a great swing by Rafat. I think it actually hit the top of the net and went off the block. If it didn't go off the block, it might have actually trickled into Hunter's side of the court.
And Rafat only a roll shot. Chance to extend. Sayson. Fung. Mensah. So Brooklyn unable to get the quality swings during these key moments. Smith tried to dump. Again Mensah. And a solo block. Well, Megan Ortiz-Mengadon, Brooklyn has not been a quality blocking team for most of the season statistically. And that is a big plus for them. The 5'10" redshirt junior comes up with the solo stuff.
And the reason is because they know what the scouting report is. Everything runs through the middle, so when there's a perfect pass, you've got to expect that Smith is going to set the middle. So she's just sitting there waiting. Oh, what a dig by Fung.
Mensah tried to push deep corner. Brooklyn ends up giving it away with a free ball. Sayson, better swing. Van Vliet stepped up for it. Rafat, oh, she cut it sharply. And Brooklyn is in front late in the third.
Showing her California roots right there with what we call the mini shrimp the mini shrimp shot just over the net. Really short, cutty shot to the small spot of the court. Great job right there by Rafat.
And the pass tracks off from Wong. It's an ace for Brooklyn at the most opportune time.
Just like in set one. It's an incredible thing that when you start to look at the score and you start score watching, how your mental shifts, and that's exactly what just happened to Hunter.
Wong, this time perfect to Smith. And Mensah will deliver. So Brooklyn only able to slow it down. And now the Hawks will go to the trusted senior Justine Smith on the service line.
Same situation as in set one where they didn't get a perfect pass and Mensah tried to go back one. This time they get the perfect pass and Mensah's able to run that perfect back one.
And the double contact against Smith. It appeared she was thinking to go outside, and now it is set point for Brooklyn. Remember, Brooklyn has not taken 2 sets against Hunter since before 2006. The records don't go back far enough, according to what's online. And that's it. Brooklyn takes the third set, 25-22. They will pursue the program's second championship and first since 1982. When we come back, you're watching the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match on Facebook Live.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Health First. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Health First, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance. a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Well, what a fascinating set to come here at the Hunter Sportsplex on Lexington Avenue. Ralph Bjornchik with Patrick Dietz. Here's a look at the numbers through 3 sets. The hitting numbers not great. Brooklyn College 136, Hunter 130. Not a whole lot separating them. 9 aces to 5 for Hunter, but it is 2 sets to 1 Brooklyn.
And you and I were talking about this off camera just now. Has any team ever pushed Hunter this hard since those old Baruch City College days, you know? And we know that this is a young team. We know that this is a team that Coach Woodward was like, we know we're good, but we have to be consistent. And they're not consistent. And I mentioned this when we were off air. They started scoreboard watching. And because they scoreboard watched, all of a sudden their mental shifted. Instead of being confident and good, they were scared and worried. And that translated into a poor shank pass and then miscommunication where your setter couldn't even get to the ball. So Brooklyn has done what they needed to do from 2 years ago. They've grown up. They've found their maturity. They've battled back. But Hunter, we've been talking about your tradition. We've been talking about how you live in your lore. Can you be beyond that? Can you transcend your own lore and be the team that wins right now?
And can Brooklyn bring home a championship for the first time since 1982? Esri Shore starts it off with a tough serve and a free ball. Rafat, the swing over the top. Sayson roll shot, and it's 1-0. And again, it's worth repeating, Brooklyn has already won 2 sets from Hunter for the first time since at least 2005. The records go back through 06. Everything was a sweep between these two over the last 22 meetings until this year when it was a 4-set victory by Hunter. One of those sets was 30-28 Hunter, so it was that close as Rafat ties it up at 1. And now Brooklyn is playing with a lead.
And they're playing with unbridled confidence. They literally are playing with house money right now. If they lose, they lose. So they're just going to go out and just leave it on the court.
Smith from Mensah. And Pearl Mensah will deliver. So how can the Hawks dig deep here on their home floor? No fans to get them going.
In all fairness, Ralph, it does come from the top down. It comes from Smith. It comes from Watara. It comes from Wang. Your top players have got to show their colors and show who they are and be on the court and be present in the moment.
That's Brittany Wang. They're coming up with a block. Andrew Woolward turned to her kind of late first set because of her power and her energy. And she seemed to have risen to the occasion of this championship match. Wang took a little bit off against the double block.
I don't think she was trying to take anything off. That was a miss hit. That was the classic waffle. She swung as hard as she could and completely missed the ball. But because she has such a nice fast whip, she was able to get even with the ball instead of on top of it.
And now an ace delivered for Alexa Sayson. Well, Hunter now doubling up Brooklyn in aces 10-5. So it's been their services that's probably been slightly better. And Brooklyn, especially when they got themselves in trouble in the second set, serve-receive fell apart, as it usually does as your main issue. And the timeout used here early at 5-1 by Mateusz Gotowicki.
And Coach Matt, you see standing there with the hat, what you can see how he's talking about. And I can imagine what he's saying. He's like, you've got to catch the ball before it comes over the net. What's going on with us? If we're going to tip, we got to do. In reality, this is how set 2 started. Hunter came out angry. We shouldn't be losing. We're Hunter College, so let's play like we're Hunter College. And then they asserted themselves in set 2 and dominated. They were up by 8 points, and it was very difficult for Brooklyn to come back, but Brooklyn did fight back. They're doing it again. Is Brooklyn going to settle down and rally back like they did in set 2, but still lost by, what, 4 or 5 points? Let's see what happens. Let's see. Hey, I'm done. I'm rolling the dice. Let's go play some craps. Let's go play some roulette, because this game is absolutely fantastic. I love this match right now.
The 6-time defending champions in some trouble, but lead 5-1 in the 4th. And Gdansky with the hitting error out of bounds.
And again, I do not understand why you keep serving the freshman. She has proven that she can pass. Stop serving her. Serve someone else. Serve short. Do anything else.
They serve Van Vliet, the libero. Hyman there to cover. Wang, and that's her 2nd kill with her left hand today.
With a lefty roll shot. It's almost as if we're looking at a repeat of set 1 and 2, set 3 and 4. Both teams are doing the exact same thing. Hunter's up 7-1. They're up just like they were in set 2.
And Gdansky comes back and tools the block. So she has 8. Aliyah Rafat now with 11 kills. Ashley Fung continues to lead Brooklyn, ahead of her with 12. 8 kills apiece for Pearl Mensah and Miriam Ouattara to lead Hunter. Their 2 middles have both produced. The outside has not been consistent there for Hunter as Lohano delivers.
Again, you're looking at 2 teams that are pretty well matched. I wasn't expecting Brooklyn to be prepared as much as they are, but they are. Another great pass by her. Stop serving her. Just stop serving her.
Lohano. Oh, and Shore knew that was probably going out and kind of reacted to it. So back-to-back kills for Maria Paz Lohano out of Peekskill High School in the lower Hudson Valley. Big athlete, 5'4", but Andrew Woolward noticed she plays like she's 6 foot. She's a jumper and became their starting right side after transferring from Concordia College. Wang, there's the power, and she tools the block.
Which is exactly what she did in set 2. She came in set 2, she blocked Ashley Fung twice. She bounced the ball down the line. She tooled the ball off of Ashley Fung. Consistent. She was finding a way to score points for Hunter each time. And we're back in the same situation we were in set 2. Hunter's up 10-2 the same way they were in set 2. So this might, Ralph, we might actually get a 5-setter for the first time in a long time.
Brooklyn would like to settle it here. You never know as the road team in a 5-setter. The last 5-setter in CUNY, you have to go back to 2014, where Hunter defeated Baruch. That was the second of back-to-back 5-setters. So Brooklyn would like to avoid that fate. But you never know. Perhaps the pressure could be on the team at home. And that's where the crowd aspect that unfortunately the fans are robbed of and these players are robbed of. We hope it'll be back at least for basketball season in late February. We heard from Jennifer Rabb, 20th year Hunter College president, about those talks to continue to bring sports back. And we're certainly blessed that we can have this tonight, indoor sports here in the fall season in CUNY. But certainly this gym, if you've never been to the Hunter Sportsplex, it gets very loud in here. There is something about the way this facility is built where if you even get 200 people, it feels like 1,000 people are in here.
Exactly. And I've had the pleasure of working in multiple CUNY schools. But one of the best things is when you get these gyms with this kind of cavernous sound, you can get 50 people in here and it sounds like 300 people. It's phenomenal, and it's an unmatched sound to play with here in a CUNY school with these kinds of fans.
Sason Missed. So at 10-3.
So here's the question that you're probably gonna have to ask yourself if you're Coach Matt. Do I go harder with my serve, or do I kind of take off and try to get some momentum back? Let's see what he does.
Lojano goes hard there off the block of Gdansky.
Gdansky was in a great spot. And that ball kind of fluttered. That's one of those where you really have to work and chase if you're the libero. From Saskatchewan.
By way of Central Florida.
By way of Central Florida.
Yeah. So she's the reverse snowbird.
That is scary.
Florida to Canada is Sydney Gdansky, and now New York. Watara takes an out-of-system ball and promptly buries it to the floor.
If I'm a 6'1" middle with a whip of an arm and someone makes the mistake of putting that ball near the net and on my side, I'm making sure it does not come back.
Again, Rafat is served. Watara wins the one-on-one inside.
On that play right there, Shore, the setter for Brooklyn, number 6, tried to do a cheeky little free ball, sneaky shot, and it didn't work in her favor. And she goes, "That's my fault, never gonna happen again."
And Sayson again tried back row attack, so that's consecutive hitting errors from her. 13-4. Mateusz Gotowicki of Brooklyn has already spent one early timeout in this 4th set.
Gdansk is where they made their run in the 2nd set with her serving. Good read right there by the middle for Brooklyn. But Smith just had a better angle to be able to push that ball over the net and get the point.
Fung runs up, still a nice roll shot. Sayson, that roll shot will work right in the middle of the Brooklyn defense, and the lead is 11.
I think right now Shore's trying to set a faster offense for Rafat, and it's actually, the ball's not getting high enough to allow her to use her athleticism and jump.
Down the middle for Ortiz Mengadot. And Rafat outside, slower tempo.
Yeah, that ball's just not high enough right there.
Better for Rafat. And not high enough either for Miriam Watara. So the long rally, Brooklyn wins 15-5. Hunter in this 4th set, they were hitting 500 prior to that long rally. Now they're down to 391. And Brooklyn at an even 0-0. And now Watara, she was the starting right side hitter in 2019 when Hunter won the championship and swept Brooklyn very convincingly. She's moved to the middle this year and became number 1 in the league in blocks and hitting percentage at .275. Sayson, deep corner. So Alexa Sayson trying to shake off some earlier hitting errors from back row attacks. She has 9.
And this is exactly where we were in set 2. Only difference is this is even more dominating by Hunter.
Watara with a service error.
This is the lineup that Brooklyn needs to feed off of, with both Fung and Rafat front row, where Shore can basically spread the defense. This is where they need to make their defensive and offensive run, right here.
Perfect pass, though, from Beverly Wong. Long again to the front for Smith. Fung off hand, so that keeps Shore on the service line.
And this is where you need this kind of fight and nonstop aggression on Brooklyn's side, just playing good defense, staying with the ball, and not getting complacent. Good serve.
And Lojano forced to hit even further past the 10-foot line.
Lojano has been pretty consistent with her front row attack. It's her back row attacking right now that has been a detriment to Hunter.
Sayson coming down the line, Shore. Mensah, she'll get some help from the tape.
That right there was a poor sequence for both teams, but more for Brooklyn than Hunter, because even though they were able to get that dig, Rafat kind of cheated in thinking no one was going to come that ball, so she wasn't able to transition so she could get a good swing off that set.
Fung now on the near side. Oh, Lojano. Perfect set for her, and she was able to get on top of the ball.
And that's because she's front row. When she's front row, she's allowed to swing away and snap down on that ball, use her athleticism. From back row, she has to use more of an arc on her shot.
And Shore tried to dump, but hit a dead end. 20-8, Hunter in a runaway in the fourth set.
And they've changed. Coach Woodward has finally changed his strategy. Now he's serving someone besides Rafat.
Rafat, that lands. Nice cross-court roll shot.
She took a lot off of that. It was just a great shot, but I don't think it landed in, actually.
Interesting reading about Aliyah Rafat's dad, Tate, a UNLV graduate, was a basketball team manager for the Sharks, Jerry Tarkanian and Riley Massimino. I'm sure she's heard great stories than growing up with dad coaching her. Getting ready for moments like tonight as Sayson delivers the kill.
I can imagine, I don't have kids, so I can imagine what the conversation was like. Hey, Dad, we're going to the conference championship. Have any advice? He's like, no, just play volleyball. Just have fun and play volleyball.
That's it. No pressure.
No pressure. Just enjoy yourself.
Brooklyn trying to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1984. They're actually the only program that has won games in the NCAA tournament. 84 and 83, they went in as an at-large. 1982 is their one and only CUNY championship. In a league that has been long dominated by Hunter. The Hawks trying to force a fifth set. Lojano. And she tooled just enough of the block. And that's good effort from Zoe Van Vliet. But it's a point for Hunter, 23-9.
You said it earlier, Ralph. This is just a dominating performance. The Hunter's just asserting their will right now on Brooklyn.
Tight pass to the net from Van Vliet. And here is set point. So Hunter shaking off maybe the pressure of trailing 2-1 in a CUNY final. And they're going to make quick work of this. Fung catches the back line. 14 kills for Ashley Fung.
And kind of, if you think about it, the pressure was off Hunter anyway. You know, we're down 2-1. Let's just play volleyball again. Now let's see what happens from here. Fifth set.
Lojano ends it. Hunter forces a fifth set. And the six-time defending champions will battle Brooklyn in a winner to 15, win by 2 scenario. They'll get to do it on their home floor without fans. What a fascinating set number 5 when we come back to the Hunter Sportsplex on Facebook Live.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Health First. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Health First, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
For the first time since 2014, the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match will head to a 5th set, and the storylines are remarkable. Ralph Benarchik with Patrick Dietz. Brooklyn seeking the program's 2nd title, first since 1982. They're trying to unseat the 6-time defending champion Hawks on their home floor. Hunter a dominating 4th set, 25-10 to force it. No fans here. Esri Shore, the leader of Brooklyn, trying to fire her team up. Patrick, maybe right now is where both sides perhaps will feel the lack of fans.
Yeah. I mean, look at Texas A&M. Look at the Seattle Seahawks. The 12th man is the most prominent figure in sports, right? In volleyball, it's the 7th man. The 7th man are your fans, the people. I coached at the College of Mount St. Vincent before I went back to City Tech. We had our small little dungeon gym, which is, I mean, tighter than this. And it just reverberated with energy when we would play a school like Stevens Tech or Hunter or my alma mater, City Tech, where you've got 100 people, but it sounds like 10,000. So imagine not having all that energy, all that heart, all that love pushing you further. Let's see how much it affects Hunter.
Brooklyn 1 in 2 in 5 setters. Hunter 1 in 3 in 5 setters this season. Sayson. Rafat, deep corner. That falls. 1-0 Brooklyn.
This isn't what happened in set 3. In set 3, they had the exact same transition. They had the exact same opportunity, but Rafat didn't get the set she wanted. She just got the set she wanted. She hit the ball that she wanted, and now Brooklyn starts off 1-0 in this match, in this set.
Wong's been mostly fantastic in serve receive tonight for Hunter. Hyman, though, has to give up a free ball. And the combination, they go back to Rafat. So the CUNY Rookie of the Year from the San Jose area, California, she has 14 kills to match Fung.
And you are seeing it right now, the maturation of a freshman in a championship match. What a great swing.
A free ball coming Brooklyn's way. Fung tipping. Sayson, and the block lands in. Rain Zhang is there. 3-0 Bulldogs. And Andrew Woolward will spend one of his first 2 timeouts now.
And it has nothing to do with lack of fans. We can hear these young ladies screaming and giving energy to their teammates on the court. it's lack of execution. Shore has hit 3 great serves, deep left corner, deep right corner, low middle, causing Hunter's serve receive to be out of system. Smith has yet to be able to run a one ball, which is the heart of their offense. They need to run it out of the middle to open up their wings. They haven't been able to do that. But what does work well for Brooklyn is that their 2 best hitters aren't their middle. So now Shore she doesn't have to worry about it. She just has to put it in a big enough window for her 2 hitters. That's exactly what's going on right now. Shore's serving tough. We talked about it in the open. She wants to win this championship by her hand, and she's doing it right now with her serve.
Aliyah Rafat, the day 1 starter. Esri Shore, the same. Brooklyn has the last 3 CUNY Rookie of the Years, by the way. They're all on the floor. And Rafat plays across a free ball. Here comes Mensah. And it'll be a lift called against Brooklyn, so that gets Hunter on the board in the 5th.
That lift call was a savior call right now because you could see the passion and energy Brooklyn is playing with. Can they keep that momentum, though? Can they refocus after losing this point and go right into the next play and win a side out to pretty much against a true champion right now? Smith is the top champion on this court. Great pass.
Oh, and they're going to get the double contact on Shore. So Hunter the benefit of a couple of breaks, and it's 3-2.
I don't want to disagree with top ref Jenny Chen, but that was an athletic, dynamic move on a ball moving away from the setter. I think that was a great set.
Gdansky to the front. Fung. And Fung, kind of a roll shot that seemed to throw off the block of Hunter.
It threw off my reaction, but she just went crazy on that shot. It was a great shot. It just barely went over the net, slid down the blockers' bodies. That's just luck. But it was a great idea to shot. And now we have the freshman Rookie of the Year, California bred, grew up in volleyball, recruited to play both basketball and volleyball at Brooklyn College. Let's see what this freshman's going to do. Is she going to come out and hit a tough jump float, or is she just going to put the ball in play on the weakest passer for Hunter?
Rafat also leads the way with 16 digs. It's her 12th double-double of the season, and it will result in an ace.
Exactly what she did. She didn't go for the big bomb serve. She gave a high float serve that drops into the corner at the person that they have in their scouting report being the weakest of their passers.
Out of the middle, Mensah. Hold on a moment. That's an inadvertent whistle from Jenny Chan. Erin Hyman had played it. The ball was going out.
And as an official, you would expect, and Jane Chan's a former player herself, she would have expected someone not to play that ball, but Hyman did play it.
And the nerves perhaps of the 5th set. And Rafat drifts that serve across the end line.
I would like to see a replay from our booth because I believe that ball was actually in, and lines ref Russell Rodriguez, I think, missed the call.
He doesn't miss many. Esteemed officials working this CUNY championship as Fung tools the block. Brooklyn doubling up Hunter 6-3. Hunter on their home floor looking to rally.
This is probably the biggest test Hunter has had since those Baruch days.
Katia Mercado, and that is an ace. It catches the line. The down official, Paul DeCurtis, signaling. And here is the second and final timeout for Hunter. Andrew Woolward will spend it here at 7-3.
And down, and not just by the down official Paul DeCurtis, but lines official George Santiago. He like a hawk. As soon as it hit, his flag came out. That was a great call by him. we're at a bad angle because we're looking flat at the court, so we can't tell if it's in. But neither one of these referees have missed a call. I apologize to Russell. Russell and I are good friends. But I thought he missed one. Right now, Woolward is probably trying to get his young ladies to refocus and catch fire. Coach Matt over at Brooklyn is just telling them to keep putting the pressure on, serve tough, find the lines. Do not give Hunter room. Keep the foot on the gas. Go.
Brooklyn trying to finish the job. They took the opening set. They stole the opening set, 25-22. And then took the third set with a late 8-2 run. Just when it looked like Hunter was in control. Hunter led that third set 20-17. Brooklyn went up 2-1. Hunter won the fourth set big. Mercado, same spot. Lojano.
This is where Coach Matt from Brooklyn said, if we improve our serving and we attack Hunter with our serve, we will have a chance, and that's exactly what's going on in this fifth set.
Hyman targeted. Lojano had to reach back a bit on that ball. Wang back on the floor. Well, she is someone at the moment it never appears to be too big for.
No, she plays. She plays like the way she looks. She's just, I'm going after it. This is nonstop. I want this championship. I want this win.
Career high tying 9 kills for senior Brittany Wang, who did not play volleyball in 2019-2018. And now an ace for Hyman. So at 8-5.
Is the pressure going to be too big right now for this Brooklyn team?
Fong roll shot. Oh, it caught antenna. So a 3-0 response. Brooklyn will use one of their 2 timeouts.
And that's exactly where it answers the question. Is the moment going to be too big? And Coach Matt is seeing that the moment is starting to get out of control. Maybe they're losing some focus. Settle down. What they did to start this set was start off quickly with 3 big points. Then get 2 great swings on transition. One of them resulted in a side out. The other one, not so great. But now it's about their service. Now it's about themselves settling down and finding their own voice again and playing the best volleyball that they can to finish out this match and be the first team in a long time to unseat the tradition that is Hunter College.
Of 26 CUNY championships, by far the most compared to anybody else. Both programs coached by Brooklyn College alums, Brooklyn College men's volleyball alums. Andrew Woolward even was an assistant coach 15 years ago for the Brooklyn women. Mateusz Gotowicki out of the class of 2013. Fung. And a diving rescue of Sason, but the ball ends up off the net. And that'll get Ashley Fung now to the service line.
Sure didn't make any bones about it. She squared up to Fung. She's getting this ball. But this is the first time I've ever heard Coach Gotowicki ever scream in joy for a point. He's usually a very calm person. We could hear him up here screaming yes, yes for that point.
The over called against Hunter.
Smith is back row. She's not allowed to penetrate the top of the net and try to play the ball. Great serve by Fung, though.
Wang. Brooklyn slows her down. Smith, Watara.
Smith just did a great job right there. That ball was actually 2 steps off the net and low, and she was able to get her body below the net and put it in such a great spot for Watara to take a swing. That is a setter's job, and she's leading right now.
Wang comes up with a roll shot. Now Ouattara in rhythm, out of the range of Rafat. So consecutive kills for Mariam Ouattara. Could have been the CUNY Player of the Year. Likely finished second. 10-8 Brooklyn. Fifth set. And Lohano sails it.
They're going back to serving Rafat, which I personally think has not been the best strategy for Hunter. And right there, I mean, they were in system. They just didn't get the points. But Rafat is not breaking right now. She's not playing like a freshman.
And Ouattara missed connection with Smith.
Again, similar situation. Smith did a great job of getting that ball in front of her, but this time it wasn't high enough. But that was off of that bad pass.
Gdansky missing the back line.
Substitution coming in right now. Wang is stepping out and Wong is stepping in. Wong has actually been probably the best server, point server for Hunter right now. Let's see if they can get a run right here.
Rafat out of the range of Hyman. 13-9 Brooklyn, inching closer to a championship.
2 points away. This is where the rubber meets the road. Can Brooklyn really find a rhythm right now?
Hunter out of timeouts. Ouattara. No touch. Andrew Woolward disputing that there was a touch. Here is championship point for Brooklyn. Seeking their first title since 1982 to dethrone the champs. The six-time defending champs. Here comes the free ball. Shore, the call for Rafat. Fung only delivering the roll shot. Dump from Smith. Quick set, Rafat. The freshman delivers. Brooklyn College has dethroned the six-time defending champion Hunter College Hawks. They win in 5 at Hunter. Brooklyn has the program's second title. The Bulldogs, for the first time since 1982, are crowned champions. They are going to the NCAA tournament.
If you look at Shore's face right now, if we can get a picture of her face, she's got tears in her eyes. She's red. She's excited. She has finally done something she's always wanted to do. Heck, it's got me teared up over here.
Tremendous emotion here from Brooklyn College. They got a new gym about 10 years ago, the Quad. They chant MVP for Esri Shore. Not just MVP, but leader Esri Shore. Growing up across the street at Midwood High School, a second-generation Brooklyn College alum. Her parents had met in class, and now she delivers a crown to the school. Mateusz Gotowicki, an alum of the programs of two, of course, on the men's side. In his fourth season, they were swept 2 years ago in this matchup, and they do it tonight without any fans, without any supporters. And Brooklyn forced to a fifth set. They did not crumble in the fifth set at Hunter. They actually persevered and almost led it wire to wire.
2 years ago, basically the same team minus Rafat. I don't want to say choked, but they were exhausted. They went to a five-setter, won that five-setter against the team that everyone expected to meet Hunter in the final and challenge Hunter, and got destroyed, demolished because they were exhausted. But this team right here, the younger team, the team that led by Shore, look at, that right there. Look at this play. Look at how the freshman goes up. She sees the hole and drops the wrist, and great swing, and look at the emotion. But back to the point, this team right here grew up in these 2 years. And Shore, being the leader that she is, being the legacy that she is, being the senior that she is, understood that it's either now or I'm never going to get an opportunity to ever play with these girls again and have a chance of winning a championship. Coach Matt, his demeanor, like I said, I've never heard him scream and yell But this is the first time I've heard him scream and yell for points, happiness for points, because he understood the moment. He understood the history of it. So just the amount of passion and love that these young ladies and this coach have brought to this program might become one day a rival for Hunter. And that's really what you want. You get a play like Rafai.
Hunter's 6-year run is over. For Brooklyn, it's another run that they've ended. Again, the records don't go far back. It's going to take a big research project, but Brooklyn has not beaten Hunter in at least 22 straight matches. We have to go back before 2005 to see when they had done that. It's probable they had not beaten Hunter since the 80s. So to put it into context, they may have just beaten Hunter for the first time in something like 60 matches, something absurd. And they had been swept almost all of those prior to this year, this October, when they lost in 4 tight sets. And now to beat Hunter in the final in 5, this is something else. Congratulations, Brooklyn College, CUNY champions for just the second time and first since 1982. We have the trophy presentation coming up. I think we'll get some reaction from the floor. So let's lay out and allow that to take place.
Surgery, University Student Senate, Health First, Hometown Ticketing, Positive Insurance, and the presenting sponsor of tonight's CUNYAC Women's Volleyball Championship, Pepsi, the official song team of CUNYAC. And now, CUNYAC Commissioner Zach Ivkovic is being joined by Health First's Zoriaz Elahi, a graduate of the City College of New York, who will help present the awards. First, after our spectacular 5-set championship match, congratulations to our second place team, Hunter College. Congratulations once again to Hunter and Stacy. Brooklyn College, CUNYAC Championship Trophy.
Do you have a mic down there, or?
And now let's meet the CUNYAC champion.
So now Brooklyn College being introduced and receiving their medals. The photo ops with the championship trophy. They're heading to the NCAA tournament. Back in 1982, the CUNY did not have a bid, an automatic bid into the NCAAs. So Brooklyn has actually only been there in 83 and 84, where they won a match each year and reached the second round. They're the only CUNY to have ever done that before. So they got in as an at-large as far as best as I can tell from the records. And they were CUNY finalists one other time in 2019 that we've referenced, and now breaking through, winning a title. And in some case, upsetting the apple cart of what has been a long, dominant stretch for Hunter, as they came in six-time defending champs. And for a very long time, it was simply Hunter versus Baruch, chalk, in this CUNY final. But other programs such as John Jay, Brooklyn in 2019 coming back. So all of a sudden, there is a little bit more balance to it, because from 2004 all the way through 2016, it was Hunter versus Baruch basically every year but one. And these Brooklyn players, there are 6 total seniors that do have eligibility remaining due to the COVID year. Esri Shore is a redshirt junior. She could come back, but is graduating in May, as an example. And the 5 other players, Megan Ortiz Mengadot is in that boat. Rain Zhang is a 5th-year senior. So for some of these players, it is it. And they may leave some eligibility on the table and go out to the real world or to their next destination. Some of them can choose to come back for the fall of 22. But it is a moment they'll never forget, even if their friends and family could not be with here to witness it. It will certainly live forever here on Facebook Live. As the Bulldogs celebrate a banner and have to do it at Hunter's Gym, a place that the Hawks have basically never lost in. That's the other thing that happened tonight. It's the first home loss against CUNY competition for Hunter since the 2013 CUNY final, also losing in 5 sets to Baruch. So a number of streaks, a number of kind of volleyball earth-shattering things occurring in this 5-set victory for Brooklyn. They'll announce the MVP. Patrick Dietz is on the floor, and he'll do the post-match interview. Ashley Fung led the way with 17 kills. Aliyah Rafat, 16 kills. Both of those players had double-doubles. Rafat had even 16 and 16. Esri Shore, 34 assists, 13 digs. And the unquestioned leader of this team, the center for Brooklyn. Brooklyn ended up hitting 148. Hunter out hit them for the night, 176. But Brooklyn getting the early lead in the 5th set seemed like it meant everything. And they just built up the pressure on these Hawks that Coach Andrew Woodward mentioned. You know, we have seniors, but they're not true seniors because they got to miss their junior years. Justine Smith with a lot of experience trying to rally them, but ultimately just too many hitting errors for Hunter during the 5th set. The tough serving from Brooklyn collectively also added up to this win. Despite Hunter out-acing Brooklyn tonight 13-6. But Brooklyn did put Hunter under enough consistent pressure over these 5 sets that it seemed like it certainly factored in. Now, at some of the other numbers for Hunter, 4 players finished in double figures, including Mariam Ouattara. The middle hit 14 kills on 355. Those are some good numbers. 3 other players in double figures for Hunter, but just the receiving errors, just the small things for Hunter in the 5th set, and then especially the 3rd set, where Hunter led 20-17, and then Brooklyn put together the late 8-2 run. And then you go back to the 1st set that Brooklyn won 25-22. Brooklyn's first lead was not until, I think, 22-21 in that 1st set. So Hunter is going to look back at this tonight and realize that they had chances to win any of the first 4 sets, and they left it up to a 5th set, and you just never know because it is shorter and the momentum wave comes so quickly, and before you know it, it's out of reach. But credit Brooklyn for not surrendering in those couple of sets, the 1st set and the 3rd set. And their resilience, I think, is part of what has made them a champion tonight. So a few more photo ops, and then we'll have the post-game interview before we say goodnight here from Hunter. All right, so here comes Esri Shore. And Esri as the well-deserving MVP. Esri Shore is now standing by with Patrick Deans.
We're here with Esri Shore, CUNY MVP and CUNY champ. How's it feel?
I honestly am really happy that we made it this far and that we won, because I can't tell you a more hardworking group of girls. We came here to win and we did, and I think that it showed in our playing, even though that we have a lot of heart. You know, we lost that 4th set pretty bad, but that didn't stop us from winning. So I'm really proud of us, of this team, yeah.
Now here's the real question. You're a legacy. Your mom and dad are watching this right now.
Yes, they are.
They met at Brooklyn College. You grew up right next door to it. You went to Midwood. You played for Midwood. And now you've won a championship at Brooklyn College for your parents or for the legacy of it?
I actually can't start talking about my parents because they're the most supportive people, and they just really support everything that I do, and they love everything that I do, and without them, my brother and I just accomplished so much because of them. So I just want to thank them. Not to say I don't care about the legacy, but it's my parents. This is just everything for them, everything that we do, you know?
You got me tearing. Ralph, you heard it from her own mouth. She's so proud of the young ladies that are on her team. She led them this year. She's the MVP. Congratulations, Esri. Back to you.
Some powerful words, tremendous perspective about the journey of Esri Shore in this Brooklyn College program. The Rookie of the Year back in 2018. The program is just starting to come on. They had gone to back-to-back CUNY semifinals. But her first year, they go 18-11 in 2018. That was a program record in wins. 2019, they get a taste of reaching the final, climbing out of a 2-0 hole against Baruch in the semifinal. They come back and win that in 5. They were swept in the final. Then, of course, the world goes through the pandemic. A year and a half later, Brooklyn having to rally, play grass volleyball together, eventually indoor tournaments on the beach, just to get their skills consistent, sharpen it up, and come back for the season. And Brooklyn, through a tough non-conference, prepared themselves, and they get here tonight, and they upend the previously 6-time defending champion, Hunter College Hawks. Congratulations to Brooklyn College. They are going to the NCAA tournament representing the CUNYAC. Brooklyn wins it tonight in 5. For my partner, Patrick Dietz, for our producer and director, Ben Talbot, my name is Ralph Bnorchik, saying so long and good night from Hunter College. You've been watching the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match on Facebook Live.